I've heard myself say que sera, sera so many times you'd think I'd come to terms with what's to come, but I still wish the future was clear and I could let go of my fear, 'cause I'm afraid I'm still holding on to some. But I've been told it doesn't make a lick of difference even if I worry myself sick, because every single second brings me closer to see whoever it is that you were meant to be. I could say that my whole life so far has been leading me to find out who it is that you are, and all that time, or at least in part, was spent making room for you in my life and in my heart. And the further we keep going, you know, the closer I get to seeing the first version of you I will ever have met. And every subsequent edition reveals to me whoever it is that you were meant to be. Whoever it is that you were meant to be, you will always be our own, but time will make it clear that you're not ours alone. It'll take a whole village to make sure you're growing up so we can see whoever it is that you were meant to be. 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 I don't care who it is that you are. If you're here, I'll be here for you as well. Even if it takes some time before you or I or anyone can tell, but who it is you are all along the way will make it clear for me to see whoever it is in the end that you were meant to be. Whoever it is that you were meant to be, you will always be our own, but time will make it clear that you're not ours alone. It'll take a whole village to make sure you're growing up so we can see whoever it is that you were meant to be. 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 Yes, you were meant to be. 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 Yes, you were meant to be. Yes, you were meant to be. You were meant to be. Yes, you were meant to be. 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 You were meant to be.
Hello everyone, welcome to the 2024 Transgender Night of Hope event. I hope you enjoyed our opening song, which is going to feature quite a lot of our videos throughout tonight. We're going to start out our night on a somber note. We are going to go through the Transgender Day of Remembrance names. There was a video put together by Magic City Equality, very well done, that I'll go through, which will read all the names of the individuals that were listed. I will then talk about some of the people that we had lost in North Dakota in particular over the last year, and some other things that we had covered. And then from there on out, we're going to be moving into what has occurred all across the year to still maintain hope in the times that we live in. As the song at the beginning talks about, you're meant to be. As much as we hear negative messages about trans people, as much as it can be so difficult in our world today, you are meant to be. And there are so many people all across the state that are fighting to make sure that you can be who you are. And if I can do one thing tonight, it's to convince you that you deserve love. If you don't get that message at home, if you don't get that message at school or in your community, that isn't your fault, it's theirs. You deserve love for who you are. You deserve to be who you are, and every day I fight to make the world a place where you can be you. And that's a promise I always make. So starting out with our tribute to Transgender Day of Remembrance, and then moving into some of our local folks that we had lost, followed by messages of hope and community and joy all across the state. I hope tonight is a night that builds resiliency and hope for the coming year, and know that as whatever we can do tonight, so many of us that are talking tonight in this video are gonna be here tomorrow. We're gonna be here next month and next year. So if you need to connect, if you need to reach out, there are people all across the state, and I'm happy to connect you. And they are happy to talk to you, and we will get through this together. You are meant to be.
In 1999, a handful of transgender people sought to highlight the need for awareness around anti-transgender violence. To that end, they held the first Transgender Day of Remembrance event in the Castro district of San Francisco, holding the names of those they lost in silent testimony. The Human Rights Campaign documented at least 29 transgender and gender-expansive people whose lives were tragically and inhumanely cut short through violent means, including gun and intimate partner violence. Since 2013, the Human Rights Campaign has tracked incidents of fatal trans violence. The same year, the FBI began reporting on hate crimes motivated by anti-trans bias. These victims, like all of us, were loving partners, parents, family members, friends, and community members. They worked, they went to school, they attended houses of worship. They were real people who did not deserve to have their lives taken. As we continue working toward justice and equality for trans and gender-expansive people, join us while we celebrate the lives for those we've lost this year. Santonio San Coleman, 48. Honey Daniels, 37. Kasim Omar, 29. Red, also known as Barbie, 25. Vanity Williams, 34. Tyvion Lathan, 24. Dylan Gurley, 20. Monique Brooks, 49. Kenji Spurgeon, 23. Shannon Boswell, 30. Polly Likens, 14. Liara Sai, 35. Jaslyn Johnson, 18. Yella Robert Clark Jr., 45. Michelle Henry, 25. Brandon Tay Dior Thomas, 17. Reina Hernandez, 54. Keita B., 46. Star Brown, 28. Sasha Williams, 36. Andrea Doria Dopaso, 37. River Nevaeh Goddard, 17. T. Arnold, 36. Africa Perilla Garcia, 25. Maraces Medina, 24. Alex Taylor Franco, 21. Diamond Brigman, 26. Righteous TK Chevy Hill, 35. Kitty Monroe, 43. While every case is unique, far too often we see the same themes and trends emerge in the fatal trans violence cases reported. Young trans women of color, particularly Black trans women, continue to be disproportionately affected. Victims are often killed by partners, family members, acquaintances, and guns are used in the majority of deaths. Some of these cases involve clear anti-trans bias. In others, the victim's trans or gender expansive status may have made them more susceptible to violence. In all cases, it remains clear that the intersections of racism, sexism, homophobia, biphobia, and transphobia conspire to place the trans community at risk of fatal violence. We at Magic City Equality know there is a long road ahead of us. But we are going to stand with you. We are going to fight with you. Because you are seen and you are loved. Stay safe out there.
To read the names of those we have lost in North Dakota, of which I am aware. We lost Rin Wilgos on October 8th, 2024. We lost Chance Teskey on June 26th of 2024. We lost Kayla Cook on September 20th of 2023. We lost Natalie Rage on February 4th, 2023. We lost Raven LaForge on September 28th, 2022. We lost Haley Feldman on November 12th, 2021. And we lost Chance Howell on March 31st of 2018. We often make the mistake of thinking about candles, metaphorically like someone's life. And through that mistake, we think that once they go out, we have lost someone. But candles are most often things you can light back up. Candles aren't great for serving as a representation of life, but they're pretty good at serving as a representation of memory, the memory of people that we know, because you can keep lighting a candle. You can keep lighting it to brighten your room, to brighten where you are at, to stare into the flame and to think deeply about the people that you care about who aren't here anymore. So long as we are alive, we can keep the memories of the people that we know, and we can honor the impact they have had on our lives. The National Trans Day of Remembrance is one geared towards anti-trans violence and visibility. In North Dakota, it has always also included those we have lost to self-harm, which is much more likely. I have a goal to create a memorial page on my website to honor all the trans individuals across the state who we have lost to suicide. I know that there are many more than I'm aware of, but I'm hoping through the years I can record those who we may lose, as well as find those we've already lost. Before we get into a lot of videos with people expressing hope and love and joy, I want you to know the reason I wanted to host an event like this. The reason I'm, splintering from the Day of Remembrance to creating a Night of Hope. And part of it's because I'm sick of all of our events being in some way related to trauma. I'm sick of the trans experience being related to often, gender dysphoria or misery or violence or discrimination. And I know there's more to these events than that. There's more to the Transgender Day of Visibility than the bullying aspects. There's more to the Trans Day of Remembrance than the death by violence. It's all advocacy. But I want to center joy. I want to center a conversation around joy that we can all be part of. Not just trans individuals, but it's amazing to be trans, and that is so lost. It is such a joy to be yourself. And there is so much hope when we can frame it around that. The other reason is Transgender Day of Remembrance, we just went through a really heavy sequence. Not all events that get hosted across the state have good centering to them. Not like calling out our state, but like the nation. Sometimes if you listen to a lot of heavy topics of trauma and death, and then you go home and you don't have support, and there's not warm memories, and Thanksgiving's coming up, and that's tough. I wanted to make sure that there was a warm landing spot for the rest of the year into the next year. I wanted to make sure of that. And that's what the Night of Hope is. It is completing your stress cycle. It is reflecting on even all the awful stuff that happens. There are so many of us here. There's so much potential to create joy in our lives, to thrive, to follow or work on our dreams, even under oppression, even under so much struggle, we can still find beauty. And that's what the night I want to be. I want the night to be that. But before I get into the rest of the Night of Hope in this event proper, I want to celebrate the people who across the state are doing work to hold space for this Day of Remembrance or Trans Day of Remembrance. In Grand Forks, we have Grand Forks Out and Proud, who is hosting their own event. I believe this is their second or third year doing it. In Bismarck, we have Dakota Outright / Q Space, Bismarck Q Space, which is hosting their own event as well. I think it's their third or fourth year, maybe even longer. And then in Fargo-Moorhead, we have an event that's a collaboration between Tri-State Transgender, the Rainbow Dragon Center of MSUM, and the First United Congregation of Christ. And they've been doing that for longer than 10 years. The Pride Collective is also hosting just a kind of get together and chill. Grand Forks, UND, the college in Grand Forks, is hosting a letter writing for Point of Pride. As much as I do a lot of the work that I do, like, I am not the only person doing this. There are dozens of people across the state holding space, creating hope, and centering ourselves in ways to move forward. It's never one person. I just have the enormous privilege of promoting everyone's events and getting to see all the incredible people across the state. I get to be a hope champion because my cup is so full of all of the people doing incredible work all of the time. So keep in mind that it's never one person. And there are so many people in your community, in your life, who do just as much as me, who are just as important and just as vital and just as amazing. We are all in this together. We are all important, every one of us. Our existence is resistance. That's something I learned from a professor at Concordia named Dominic. Just the act of being, the act of finding joy in your life is one of the greatest resistance against prejudice and oppression. You matter. Every one of you. Every one of you matters. And if life has been a struggle, if you need to be reminded of hope, that's what the rest of the night's about. And I hope it's a good night for you.
Transgender Night of Hope. What's not to be hopeful for? So the rest of the world kind of sucks, but we don't. I want to start off by showing you this. You'll have to get through me. Legitly, every day this is my job. I love my job. Hope. Hope is people like this. Hope is looking at my 3 kids every day and knowing that there is a chance they might get to meet one of you amazing, beautiful humans and show them what it's like to be accepted, loved, cared for, inspired, brave, amazing, and I can just go on and on. Super scary, lots of scary stuff going on right now, but I think we need to lead with love, support. For every person that dislikes us, I probably know 5 more people that love us. So again, super tough, super sucks, but we have a lot of things to wake up for tomorrow, a lot of hope, a lot of littles out there that don't understand, and we have to keep making the world a better place for them.
I know you're scared, and a lot of other people are scared. But as long as we stand next to those who are scared, then they shouldn't have to fear. If you still want to transition, do it. you can take your time if you want, and you can transition whenever you're ready. Be a rebel, whatever. And I know it's scary. Just figure out things as slow as you want. Take all the time you need.
Time's gonna be tough, but that does not mean that you don't have a voice. Like, you still matter. You don't need to hide yourself in shame, because deep down inside you know you're a great person.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex. I use they, them pronouns, and I am a community organizer and advocate in the Fargo-Moorhead area. And I know the past few weeks have been really difficult for a lot of us given the results of the election, but I've also seen a shocking amount of good come from it too. I have seen more organizing happen in the last 2 weeks than I have seen happen in the last, honestly, 2 years. So to know that people are active and engaged and really wanting to make these community connections with each other is giving me both a lot of joy and a lot of hope. And I'm excited to be part of it as it continues, and I'd invite all of you across North Dakota to join us.
Hello, this is Summer Fun. Thank you so much for celebrating Transgender Night of Hope. Thank you so much for being visible and being strong through all of these trying times. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Hello, I'm Prima Donna. Happy Transgender Night of Hope. You're loved and supported. Yay!
Hello, my name is Funfetti. I just wanted to wish you a wonderful Transgender Night of Hope. You are loved in this community and you are important. The Fargo drag community loves you.
Hi, my name is Auden. My pronouns are he, him, and they, them. And I just want to say to all the younger trans folks out there and all trans people that you are valid. You are deserving of love and acceptance, and you deserve to be celebrated for your existence and to embrace who you are without feeling ashamed or guilty or scared. One thing that gives me hope when times are tough is that there are so many of us, and there's a lot of us doing a lot of great work, and we've always been here and we'll always be here and we'll continue to be here. We'll love you and accept you and support you on your gender journey. And
Hey y'all, my name is Arian Fawcett and I oversee the Women's Center and the Rainbow Dragon Center here at Minnesota State University in Moorhead. And when you're ready for your college experience, we have a space for you. I look forward to seeing you soon, and just know that I'll leave the light on for you.
Q-Space facilitators here in Bismarck.
I'm Alyssa. I'm one of the other facilitators here with Q-Space Bismarck.
We also have a third, but they're not here right now, so.
Their name is Lex.
But there's 3 of us.
And we're just here to share a message of hope for all of the youth and all of the people who are watching this. Q-Space has been around for at least 6 years. We're pretty sure we're celebrating our 7th anniversary in January. And so we just wanted to say that we've been through all of the things with North Dakota, and we've lived through all of those things, and we're still here, and we're still queer.
Yeah, so Q-Space is a LGBTQ youth support group for middle school and high school ages. You know, being that we grew up here ourselves, there was never anything for any queer people here, which was really difficult, so at least we have one thing available. And we want the youth to know specifically that that's here for them, and we're here for you. We know what it's like. Granted, we haven't been through a time like this before, and it's gotten pretty scary, but you know, going through these times made me think of Martin Luther King Jr. and how he fought against these things. And if anyone's heard me say stuff before, you'll hear that I'll say that love is always the answer. And you know, we fight hate with hate, that just we get more hate and we go around and around in the circle. So we got to come together, and we need to love ourselves, love one another, and do what we can to show that love is always the answer and love will win.
Hi, hello. I don't know where you are or what your situation is, but I just want you to know that I'm one person hoping the best for you, holding the wish that your light does not go out, and that you find the will to keep going through whatever hardship you might be facing.
Hi, I'm Martha. I'm a mom and a grandma and a friend, and I'm here to tell you that you are really special and important. There is nobody like you in the whole wide world. You're the only one. You deserve happiness, and the world deserves to see your light. So let your light shine. Be who you really are.
I love my trans and non-binary siblings, and I'm really grateful you're alive.
My name is Becky Crago, and I go by she, her pronouns. I'm a social worker working in schools with youth, and my message to all youth, especially the trans youth, is you matter, and you are loved, and you're respected, and there's a place for you in this world.
Hello, my name is Megan Conklin, and my pronouns are she, her. Speaking to youth that are trans here in North Dakota, I want you to know that you are loved and you are appreciated and you are valuable. And for those who are in Western North Dakota, I'm committing to working to spaces for youth and adults and their families here in our community that can help make sure that you will always be safe and protected and cared for and have places to go in North Dakota. Keep on holding on. You are so valuable and so worthy.
Hi, my name is Sia. I go by she, her. And if you're a trans child and I know that you are loved in the world, and I'd love to be your friend. People that are trans are good too. Please do not bully people that are trans.
Transgender and all queer youth. We are Beach Pride Family on the western edge of North Dakota. We are sending a message of support and love and solidarity if you're looking for a community and a safe space in our area. We are committed to creating an inclusive space to all LGBTQ people and their families. We love you.
We love you. We love you.
Love very much.
Hi everybody, my name's JD Provorst from Fargo, non-binary, mask androgyne, traditionally he, him, but frankly I'll accept whatever pronouns you want to use for me as long as you're friendly and respectful about it. Tonight is about our trans friends and family and neighbors and loved ones, and it's about hope. It's about finding ways to endure. And all I want to say is the most radical, rebellious, pardon my language, punk as damn the man thing that you can do is just to survive, to stay. And I know that's going to be hard. That's why we're all here with you. Because we want you to stay. We need you to stay. And there are reasons to stay. There is hope.
Hi, this is Katrina Kesterman giving you my moment of hope. When I came out in 2012, I really didn't think that I would make it to 2024. But year after year, I've made it. For the last 12 years, I've been making it. Year after year, I have come through with the help of my community, with the help of my friends, with the help of my family. And so my moment of hope is to tell you that so can you. We are all stronger than the other side gives us credit for. We are indomitable. We are awesome. You are awesome. You are loved. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We can do this. We will do this. I love you. and I know you can make it through this. Have a good one.
Hello, my name is Jessica. My pronouns are she, her, or any that I use respectfully. I've always wanted to help people in my state and work in an environment that is safe and nurturing for the queer youth of the future, as well as anyone needing support regardless of their sexuality, gender identity, or other demographics. I'm more than ecstatic that I was able to find that place in my town's public library. No one should ever have to feel that they are better off being invisible. I tried that for most of my life, and all it ever accomplished was making me feel less than everyone else. That's what happens when you stifle yourself throughout your life. I never allowed myself to have the feelings and the thoughts that I wanted to have. Instead, I did what I thought would be best for everyone around me. If you have to do so for your own safety, know that that is valid, and you still matter. Parts of life are always going to get harder, but you can make them better. To do that, though, you have to stay here with us.
Hi, my name is Liz, and I am a trans DJ and multimedia artist out of Fargo, known as Ghostwave64. And what gives me hope tonight is the community that I am part of. So the Fargo Moorhead community, I've watched them time and time again come together to help raise money for causes they believe in and care for, help their community members, help their neighbors, and take care of each other and step up for each other. And that gives me so much hope for our future. And then I'd also want to just say this past year meant more trans people than I ever have in my life. And that gives me so much hope because every person I've met and talked to and heard their story and seen the joy that taking that brave choice to do this has brought them, that gives me hope, and that's powerful.
Hey there, you are loved.
Spread love and kindness wherever you go.
Hello, my name is Jessica Rue, and my pronouns are she, her. And one thing that brings me hope is that I know there are always good people. I have my partner, I have my friends, and I have my role models. And even though I'll be moving across the state and I might lose some of those people, I know that I will find more. Because no matter where you go, there are at least a few good people.
My name is Barry Nelson. I live in Fargo, North Dakota. My warmest greetings to my trans friends. On this day of remembrance, I want to offer you my gratitude, my love, my respect, and my support. I am grateful that you are in my life and in my community. I love how you are living your true, authentic selves. I respect your courage. I want to assure you that you are not alone. I am your friend and ally.
Hello, my name is Dylan Harsey. I am a social worker / case manager in the Fargo-Moorhead area. I use he, him pronouns. I just want to say that I will continue to support and advocate for inclusivity and support for the LGBTQ plus community, in particular for today, the trans community. And while we've seen a lot of improvement, we can always do better, and we can continue to advocate and strive to make not only our professional spaces, but our personal spaces and all spaces more inclusive and accepting of all people.
Hey everyone out there in social media land, BJ Armani here. I'm doing this video for Faith Seidler for the Transgender Day of Remembrance. We are doing an event in Grand Forks with Out and Proud at the Christus Rex. And I just want to again remind you as an ally that we are here, we are present, and calling all allies, we need you. We need you to stand beside, stand in front, stand behind, however you're needed and however you're asked to be here. Because our transgender population, we know, we see the posts, we see the social media, we see the things that are being said. And I will tell you right now that there is nothing more important than your heart, and we love you, and you belong here forever. This world is better with you in it, always. I love you.
Hi, I wanted to give a message of hope to trans individuals on a day like today. I know that the world feels really heavy right now, and I feel that you might need to hear this. You are real, you are valid, and you are worthy of love and joy. The fact that we're learning who you are and more about you every day is the proof of your strength. And I want you to know that your story matters more than the hate and the bigotry that's being spread. When you can, please remember you are you can be a part of a community, and lean on those community members when you can, and celebrate the wins no matter how big or small, because we all could use a little celebration. We could all use a little community right now. That being said, I also want to remind you that you are not alone. And even though things may feel hard, you might be the shining star for somebody. You might be something of an inspiration to somebody who is looking up and seeing your courage. And so I hope you keep on shining, and I hope you keep on keeping on. If I haven't met you in person, I hope to see you in person one day. And if I've met you in person already, I hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day.
I realized, hey, this whole idea of I'm going to go paint my nails, I'm going to go wear a pin in my hat, I'm going to go be an example of someone that is queer, that is out, that is public about those things. I'm going to be a representative to this child and to anybody else that's paying attention of someone that they can look up to, someone that is happy as an adult, someone that can show them that, yes, it does get better. Even in Trump's America, what we're going into, it gets better. That happened tonight. In other words, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Not only that I got to teach this kid math, but that I was able to say, hey, you know what? I'm family.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Andrea. I'm a trans woman from Fargo, North Dakota. This has been one heck of the end of the year. We don't know what's going to happen, what the future political scene is going to bring us. But all I do know is we have each other. They can't force us back in the closet. We have to stand strong, support each other, not tear each other down. Our strength is in our community, and we are stronger together. I hope everyone who sees this tonight keeps their hopes alive, because that's what tonight is for. You never know what's going to happen. We can do this. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Love all of you. Night.
Hi again, it's me, Alyssa with Q Space Bismarck. I just wanted to create another little video to add onto our Q Space video. I totally brain farted and I didn't have a script in front of me, but I wanted to say to the youth of North Dakota, to the queer youth and the trans youth of North Dakota, that things are going to get better and that there are people here that are fighting for you and who care about you and who want to see you live a full, fulfilling life, the life that you deserve to live. I think that also ways that we can get through this together and ways that you can get through this individually, start making things, start creating, like make the comic books, write the poems, do the things, like have your outlet, have a healthy outlet for where all of your pent up energy and anger goes toward. And also reach out to those other organizations that are in your city or closest to your city and see if they can help you or see if you can get involved with them. There's a lot of people across the state that really want to see you young people live your life to the fullest. They want to help you be able to do that. So I guess that's what I wanted to say and add on. I didn't have the script last. But yeah, just live your life. Be creative, do all the things that you want to do, and know that even though times are really hard right now, we will get through this.
Hi, my name is Anja Karna. My pronouns are they, them, to strangers, and they, he, to my loved ones. I am a demi-boy, which means that I am a man in the way that a pug is a dog, or a golf cart is technically a car. When I was a kid, I just felt like someone who was very bad at being a woman. I tried really hard to compensate for that. And now, luckily, I view myself as good at being gay. And every time my gender traits ebb and flow, I feel excited about it and not like primally fearful. Until I was 25, I identified as straight. By 26, I was kissing women, and by 27, I had discovered that I had never actually dated a man, just people who identified as men at the time. I'm not here to say things aren't scary, but I also want to tell you that the world is covered in love. From our unique experiences comes the most beautiful art. Art is love, people are love, you are so loved, and also, I love you. Never give up on your light. Even if you're a sad 25-year-old now, you may be a cool gay 30-year-old later. And you will be embraced by the people who understand you, and there are people out there who can and will and want to understand you. Here's a little clip from one of my favorite songs. It's called Bowl of Oranges by Bright Eyes. And then I'm gonna go because I'm scared of cameras. This is why I'm singing Baby Don't Worry, 'cause now I got your back, and every time you feel like crying, I'm gonna try and make you laugh. And if it can't, if it just hurts too bad, then we'll wait for it to pass. And I will keep you company on those days so long and black, and we'll keep working through the problems we know we'll never solve. In love's uneven remainders, our lives are fractions of a whole. And if the world could remain within a frame, like a painting on a wall, I think we'd see the beauty then and stand staring in awe at our still lives posed, like a bowl of oranges, like a story told by the fault lines in the soil.
Hey everyone, we holding up okay? It's been a bit. It's been 40 minutes of messages, emotions, feelings. And we're just gonna take another breather. Just take another chill. Just no noise. All right, come back. A lot of times videos like this that I've seen can just be like intense emotion, intense emotion, intense emotion for like an hour, and humans need more time to process than that. People need to take a step back and really process things. Even if it's just 30 seconds, you just need to not be stimulated for a second so you can let it all come in. I also know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, Faye, these people are amazing, but they're not in my life. They're not my friends. How do I find people like that? And the answer is anywhere, everywhere. My next segment is going to go through all of the prides and different events that happen across the year, all across the state. Anywhere you are in North Dakota, you can find community, and if there isn't one there, you can make it. It's not that hard. Like, it's scary, but it's not that hard to just invite people for a coffee, to make friends and to find community. Every big thing I'm about to show you in my next segment, huge 1,000 people event started with just a couple people in a room. That can be you in every community. I guarantee you, if you have 100 people in your community, you probably have a couple trans people, you probably have a couple gay people. We are part of every community. We belong in every community. So we're gonna get some high energy going with my next segment with a banger song and a reflection on the prides that have happened all across the state. It's truly incredible work that inspires me personally.
Someday when I'm ready and my smile fills the mirror, when I'm motivated by more than spite and I can finally think clear, I'll have this place behind me, another set of wasted years. You will hardly recognize me, I will hardly care. Someday I've got titties and my voice a little brighter, when all the hard work starts paying off and sick of how square one feels. I'm sick of all these fresh starts. Someday when I'm settled down and where I am is home, when there's more than bill collectors hitting up my phone, someday I'll feel better, I'll feel so much less alone. Someday when I'm pretty but still then just
just one more day.
So, I was just reflecting the other day. It's been 15 years since I came out. And just thinking about the fact that when I first came out, when I said, I'm trans, people were like, what is that? And now we at least know, are talking about it. Maybe it's not in the best of light. But just seeing that big of a change in 15 years time and thinking about, okay, then what's the next 5 years look like? What's the next 10 years? What's the next 15 years look like? And the progress that we will probably have made in that time. And right now it feels tough, and right now it feels sometimes small, but ultimately at the end of the day, you look at it and you're like, wow, all this stuff has happened and changed, and it's better in so many ways. And I think that we have to hold on to that and recognize that I might not see it today, but 15 years from now, I'm going to look back and go, whoa.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Gilbertson Evans, and I'm a community activist. This is called an open letter. Recently, I learned about a minister in Ohio named Sarah Cunningham, who volunteers to stand in as the mother at LGBTQ weddings for individuals whose families have refused to attend the ceremony. To date, Pastor Cunningham has traveled extensively across the country to countless weddings, and her efforts have gone viral. Now, I love my job. I do. But I can't help but think I missed the boat on this occasion. Since I have you all here tonight, I thought I might apply for the position. Tell your friends. I do have some qualifications. My resume is packed with coming out stories. I used to work at the Gay Men's Health Crisis in New York City, where we used to put young people back together when they fell apart, when blood serum levels flooded conversations, when some families threw their children away, when we joked that the worst things that could happen to you in the West Village was someone would break into your apartment and redecorate the place. We had to. Awful humor was about survival then. As the mother of the bride or groom at a wedding, you are generally expected to wear beige and nod and smile graciously. I'm sorry, I don't operate under that capacity. Not me. I will cheer you on from the cheap seats with sequins, a mariachi band, and some kind of outburst of profanity. You are so effing great. I will probably embarrass you most heinously. I am that kind of mother. You're getting the full experience. I will bring the inappropriate party gifts and fireball shots. We will take fish lip selfies. Wedding attire shopping will become an adventure you've only read about in books. Perhaps you could wind up in that 70s powder blue tuxedo or an orange crepe gown. I'm not opposed to Oscar de la Renta, but don't close your eyes to the possibilities. We will storm the doors of every bakery in town on the quest for the perfect cake. It is my understanding that rainbow layers are now a thing. So we can make that happen. I will not accept no for an answer. Nor will you. This is not Denver. I am going to make sure you have every opportunity from every vendor, as per your heart desires. And yes, I will cry during the vows, corral the kids, leash the dog, pose in the pictures, adjust your veil or bow tie, hold your hand, and I will bring the bubbles. Because I'm your mama now. Thank you.
First of all, whoever is watching this, I want to say that you are supported and you are loved, and there is community out there, and there is a time to be active and to fight for what you believe in. And if you feel scared, that is perfectly normal, because something that gives me hope is actually talking to older generations that have gone through the same thing, since this is not the first time something like this has happened. Going out and talking to people that have experienced the AIDS crisis and seeing how they organize things and they built a community, and trying to reciprocate that as well gave me a lot of hope. And also just finding the small things to live for each day. I have a cat, as you can see right here, or just finding something you like D&D. It's just, the biggest thing is to not shut yourself out from everybody and to be alone, and finding a community, whether it's online or in person if you can, just to find that physical connection and maybe celebrate something that you like to do together. For me, it's D&D. Essentially, I just want to let you know that you are not alone, and I'm not being silly, I mean it.
One more day until the storm clouds fade away and the sun returns.
Hello friends and family. I just want to say the next 4 years are going to be hard, but we will survive. To my trans family, I just want to say I'm proud of you for standing up for who you are, for being your true selves, and that I will always be there to fight for you. I think it is more important than ever for us to put differences aside within the communities and fight together. So just say that I'm proud of who you all have become, and I will support you and fight for you on the Senate floor over the next 4 years to make sure that you can continue to be who you are and continue to grow into amazing human beings for the future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Katie Christensen. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a member of the Fargo School Board. One of the reasons that I ran for this elected role is because I believe that our schools should be a safe and welcoming place for all students, including you. I want you to know that transgender youth belong in our schools. Whether you're someone who's still trying to figure out who you are, or you are living your truth unapologetically every single day, you belong. You deserve and have the right to a safe place, a place where you feel respected and supported, and a place where you can pursue your education and engage in activities and have friends and have all the amazing, wonderful experiences that our schools can offer to you. I understand that we still have some work to do, but I can promise you that I think about you, I consider your safety, I think about your well-being when I'm engaged in conversations and when I'm making decisions about our school district. I'm here for you, and I believe in you every step of the way.
Oh hey, we didn't see you down there. My name's Matthew. I use they, them pronouns.
I'm Nicole. I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Wes. I use they, them pronouns.
I'm Jake. I use he, they.
We're from YouthWorks, and we just wanted to let you know that our group Evolve is what gives us hope. It's an LGBTQ group for 18 to 24-year-olds.
We help provide a safe space for queer youth to come and feel like they belong, be seen, and be heard.
Hey, if I was a fruit, I would be a kiwi.
YouthWorks will always be a safe space for all queer youth.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Rubelkey. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the executive director of the NASW North Dakota chapter. As a chapter filled with social workers, first and foremost, we want to give space to honor the lives lost and work to build hope so that we can build a more inclusive, supportive state for everybody. It's our commitment to you that NASW-ND will do everything in its power to work in solidarity with our LGBTQ+ partners throughout the state. This includes FAE, the Human Rights Coalition, Gender Justice, and many other organizations. We continue to raise awareness of the challenges faced by the trans community and promote equity in policy. It's our goal to work with you so that we can make this state a better state for everybody.
Hi everybody, my name is Hannah Lee Shaw. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a sexual health educator for Planned Parenthood in the state of North Dakota. I really believe at my core that every single person deserves the most relevant, medically accurate, trauma-informed, and accessible sexual and reproductive health care, especially the trans people living in our state. And when they might not get the information that's most relevant to them at school, they can get it with us.
Hi, my name's Hope Sheely, and I'm a licensed counselor in Bismarck, and I own my own practice called Encourage Therapeutic Services. And I just want you to know that my office is a safe space. Myself and a friend, Erin King, were at the Bismarck Pride vendor show this summer and wanted to show our support in that way. We also have attended the LGBTQ Summit and are doing all we can to learn more about how to be a support and how to be an advocate. Now, one of the things that I'm doing to advocate on your behalf, so you know that there are people out there, is I'm working on supporting, helping change the narrative and help people gain better understanding that everyone deserves a chance to be who they are without judgment, without condemnation, without being highly criticized, without bullying, and to really understand the harm that trans youth and trans adults have faced. So may this day fill you with community and connection and understanding and encouragement that you are not alone. And may you find healing in this tough time.
Hi, we're the nurses at Canopy Medical Clinic. We're honored to care for our amazing patients and to be part of your journeys.
We believe in your dreams, your strength, and your future. We're here for you always.
Hi, I'm Bree Hall, and I use she, her pronouns. Tonight, as we honor and remember those we've lost, I want to extend my love and support for transgendered people everywhere. At High Plains Fair Housing Center, we work to ensure that everyone has the right to choose where they want to live, regardless of who they are or who they may love. Home is such an important part of the American dream, and we all deserve the freedom to create the home that we envision, free from discrimination and bias. To the transgender community, please know we see you, we love you, we support you, and will continue to fight for your rights and the freedom for you to live as your true, authentic self. Together, we'll continue to build a world where all people are valued, celebrated, and safe. You are not alone, and we will continue to fight for you.
At the Red River Child Advocacy Center, we embrace and support individuals from all walks of life. Our dedicated team is committed to providing care and resources to people of all backgrounds, including diverse races, religions, socioeconomic statuses, and identities. Our mental health clinicians are especially trained in evidence-based treatment models, ensuring inclusive and affirming care for everyone, including members of the LGBTQIA+ community. Here, everyone is valued, respected, and welcomed.
Hi, my name is John Michaels Leseth. My pronouns are he, him, and as of this past August, I serve as the Artistic Director of Theater B in Moorhead, Minnesota. I want to share with you 4 commitments from me and from Theater B as a part of this short video for Transgender Day of Hope. First, in the year 2025, Theater B will undergo strategic planning, and one of our main goals with this strategic planning process is to specify and deepen our commitment to equity, inclusion, access, and representation, including amongst all members of the LGBTQ community. Secondly, we are eyeball deep in planning our 25-26 season. So as we're picking those productions, we are asking ourselves, how are we living into that commitment? Thirdly, I direct theater productions, and at any audition process for any play I am directing, I welcome any performer of any gender to read for any role of any gender. And last but certainly not least, Theater B is excited to announce that House of Inferno has become the resident drag company at Theater B. So not only does House of Inferno have a new artistic home in Fargo-Moorhead, but Theater B has a fabulous new roommate. Check them out.
One more day until the storm clouds fade away and the sun returns.
Hi, my name is Katie Gallant. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a member of the ND Hopes team. I recognize that it is more important now than ever to be vocal and active in my support of trans and gender diverse communities. And so I promise to amplify your voices, challenge discrimination when I see it, respect your identities and your pronouns, and contribute financial support whenever I'm able to. You are valued, you are seen, you are loved, and you deserve to thrive and to find joy exactly as you are.
Hi, my name is Ethan. I use he, him pronouns, and when I think about what I'm going to do to support the transgender community, I think about the things that I will do as a white cishet male is continuing to engage my people, white cis males, in terms of talking about the importance of loving and supporting our trans and non-binary siblings, making sure that I'm having that conversation that may be uncomfortable for some folks in addressing the folks that are like me and can sometimes be the problem in a lot of these situations. I also want to commit to continuing to be inclusive in the way that I think and the way that I speak, specifically with language. You know, it's no longer, hey guys, it's hey y'all, or some small changes that can make it not seem gendered in the way we speak about things, you know, instead of saying ladies and gentlemen and NBs, right? Stole that one from my friends in the Kind of Funny community, but continuing to find ways to be inclusive in everything that I do, including language and engagement with folks to help educate them to get past some of the hate that they may bring to the community and do what we need to be supportive and loving to our friends in the transgender community.
Hi, my name is Haley Kosh, she, her. I'm a part of ND Hopes, and I'm a cis woman. On this Transgender Night of Hope, I will commit to the following actions to center trans people's dignity and safety. I will introduce myself with my pronouns when I meet somebody new and give that person the opportunity to share theirs. I will make sure to remember people's pronouns and use them correctly. I will honor and use the names that trans, NB, and gender diverse people choose. I will only share somebody's gender identity or story with that person's consent. If I misgender, dead name, or out somebody by accident, or witness somebody purposefully or accidentally doing the same, I will act swiftly to avoid causing more discomfort for that person. I will take the time to understand and to learn from the experience and commit to doing better moving forward. I will do my best and listen to any feedback I receive from the trans, NB, and gender diverse communities.
Hi everyone, I'm Hildy from the ND Hopes team, and I'm going to show my love and support for transgender people by giving a donation for the holidays for the Trevor Project and sending a card and gift to someone in my family who identifies as a transgender woman.
Hi there, this is Andrea with the ND Hopes team. This next year, I will continue to support the trans people in my life as they navigate the loss of their healthcare rights and other legal protections. My husband and I are also pledging to increase our financial support of organizations that support the mental health of trans people, like Trans Lifeline. I am sending love and solidarity from North Carolina and on behalf of the ND Hopes team.
My name is Olivia. My pronouns are she, her, hers. As a public health professional and an ally to the transgender community, I wanted to share my love and support for projects like this that work to support these communities. In the work I am currently doing, I want to be a part of increasing access to health equity for transgender individuals, increasing support and increasing awareness of other initiatives like this going on in the state. Thank you.
We just heard from ND Hopes, which is a $6 million 5-year grant initiative that looks at reducing suicidality for multiple populations, including our LGBTQ plus youth within rural communities. I'm really glad they're able to submit. I work with them as a consultant and help to get the grant to actually make the work possible, me along with many, many other people. But I wanted to showcase them because it shows that there is still work being done. And the organizations that we saw, just all of them that were able to contribute to talk about their causes, talk about how much they care and want to fight for our LG plus populations and our trans populations in particular, shows that there is still fight, that there are a lot of people that are working really hard to make sure that we have hope and help. I also want to, next thing we're going to do here is, I was at the 7th annual LGBTQ plus summit in October. During that summit, there were almost 200 professionals from across the state learning to be better about helping out people in the community. And I interviewed 40, 50 people. I did an entire hour-long segment. You're welcome to watch that if you'd like. And I asked them about hope. I asked the folks that I talked to what gave them hope. So I want you to see what some of those folks had said during that summit that we just had not too long ago. I want you to know that there's hope all across the state, that we had hundreds of people gathering together in Bismarck, North Dakota, talking about how we can make it safer for LG+ individuals. As we've heard across this night, there are countless people who are going to fight for you and who will fight for hope every single day.
One more day until
I, for 90% of this year, was multiple times, pretty not certain I was going to be seeing the end of this year. And there's a lot I did not think I was going to make it through. And I'm currently standing here right now. So,
hell yeah.
Even when it's really shitty and sucks and everything kind of feels the worst, give it at least 5 more minutes. Maybe text the first person that enters your mind, and you might see tomorrow morning, and things will get a bit better.
A message of hope I want to give to other people is, as a North Dakotan, things look really bad sometimes, but it will get better. And one, people don't always have to live here, and two, hopefully laws will change in those ways.
That it's getting better with how my generation is taking power, soon the millennials, and we're all very different compared to the older generations. So I think we can see a brighter future, honestly, together.
Public sentiment is much different than political sentiment in this country. I think there are so many people in the United States that deeply, deeply care about the LGBT community, or just legitimately don't care that we exist at all, which is ideal.
Rely on your friends. They're there for you. They are your friends for a reason. And just try to connect with people when you can.
So for the kids, living is important. Whatever that takes. And being grateful for all the things. So breathing, drinking clean water, feeling sun on your face, all the easy stuff. There are good things in the world.
You can grow up in a queer family. You can grow up and be an older queer woman. I have 2 moms who are there. I'm going to grow and be a queer elder. And my life didn't end when all of these bills came out every single time. My life didn't end when, the bullying started. I found people, and you can find people too. And everyone here right now today, we are all thinking of you. So if you're looking for a reason to hold on, let it be because of us, because whether this is a million years in the future or some aliens listening to this, we are thinking.
Oh man, I'm going to repeat what I heard today from Zoe, and it's just like, keep your chin up, stay in it. She mentioned like 3 things she learned about people that I wrote down, that she believes that people come to their beliefs genuinely, that they are nuanced and that they can be changed in the right spaces. And I think we're in the right space to start changing people's minds. So that's my message.
That is so awesome. You're not alone. You are not alone. There are people in higher places. There are professors who are queer and gender diverse. There are people in positions of power. We are working really hard. We want a better life for you than we had, and we're here. You're not alone. Find us if you need us. We want to help.
I know it's overused, but it gets better.
Yeah.
I know it's already way better for kids now than it was when I was young. Way back when. But even if you're feeling tough right now, you're going through a lot when you're first coming out and dealing with bullying, it will get better.
And my little message of hope is never let anybody tell you who you are, because only you can do that.
it's hard to come up with anything that no one else has said, but I think the thing that everybody should be saying is that it only takes one person to make a difference.
What gives me hope today? I think that there are a lot of adults working to give youth a better life in the future. And honestly, the youth that are showing up to these events and the youth that we work with at Q Space and at the high school, middle school, wherever it may be, like the youth are already very smart and very capable. And so honestly, it's kind of the youth themselves that give me hope.
We are here. We are queer, and we will always be here. We've been here for hundreds of years. We will continue to be here for hundreds and hundreds more. And even in states like North Dakota, like Ohio, we are doing all we can to ensure that we can thrive no matter what.
There are people out there, there's a ton of us here, and there's more across the state that aren't here today. And there are people who believe in you, support you, and recruit you.
It does get better. And the laws that govern us don't define who we allow ourselves to be.
My message of hope is that there's people all around you who care about you, and it can come from a lot of different sources. And you just keep your eyes and your heart open, and the people who care will be there for you.
The message of hope I would give is I transitioned almost 20 years ago now. I've had an amazing career as a lawyer, mostly in Oklahoma of all places, as an out trans woman. I've been involved politically. I now have a great job doing civil rights impact litigation. And, I have respect even here in the courts of North Dakota. I'm treated respectfully by other attorneys, by judges. And so despite whatever might be going on, backlash legislative-wise, we have moved forward a lot, and things are still better, and we're gonna win, and things are gonna get better.
Knowing that you are loved wherever you are, maybe small towns or big cities, and just know that there is a community out there. As somebody from a town of 250 people, believe me, there are people that are out there for you.
There are so many people fighting for you who love you and who will do anything to have your back. And so just know that there are people out there doing the work and doing it every day so that you can live a healthy life and thrive here in North Dakota.
Keep striving, keep pushing, definitely keep fighting if we have to, because the future always gets better. Small changes are changes, and take the win where you can take it.
I'm really hopeful. What I really appreciate about this conference, and I think the evolution of this summit, is the engagement of young people. The fact that there's an entire track for youth advocacy, allowing youth to have a voice and be a part of the movement and about change, and talking about the North Dakota that they want to live in and continue to call home.
I would tell them that the people in this room love them very much and to continue to show up like this.
There are people there that will help us. You just have to look for it a little bit and don't give up.
I would say libraries are here for you. Everyone is welcome at the library, and just make sure you tell us what you need.
There's a lot of work going on to make everything better.
Yeah.
And even when things seem bad right now, and even when it feels like everybody's attacking us, we're fighting back,
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we're going to keep fighting back.
There's always resources. You're not alone, and you have community that loves you.
Oh my gosh, there are so many people who care about you and are fighting for you and who want to hear your voice. And we know that you are the up-and-coming rebel rousers, and that you're going to join the fight. And even if you're not ready to join the fight, that is okay. Just know that you are not alone.
We get to grow old. Not that I'm that old, but I get to grow old.
Yeah.
You get to see people this is year 7, and it's we get to grow old. I get to see people celebrating their 50th birthday, their 55th, their 60th. There's queer people that are going to be old. There's queer people that...
I would say that there are a lot more people out there than you may realize who care about you and support you and want to be safe spaces for you. And don't be afraid to be who you are, and don't be afraid to look for people because they're there.
Yeah, I know politics can, especially right now, can make you feel really alone. But sometimes you just have to remember that there's way more people supporting you than you know.
Just for the youth that are still struggling, just know that there are adults out here that, you know, we're burnt out, but we're still out here and we're still fighting for everybody. And it's just honestly a privilege to get to be alive and get to show up for the queer community in Bismarck.
I had friends that moved away in the 90s and they haven't come back home. And I think that they'd be happy and surprised to come home now, because I feel like it would be a lot more welcoming, certainly, than it once was. My hope for the future is that no one ever has to leave if they don't want to, because no one should ever have to leave their home in order to be happy and healthy.
There are a ton of us out there that love you, that accept you. There are businesses and services that are friendly, safe spaces for you. And please know that you are worthy of every wonderful thing in this world.
You're not alone, which I know is like a really, I don't know, easy thing to say or general thing to say, but as much negative agenda has been going on in our state, I think on a community level, like there's growing support and growing enthusiasm, and the community is building on small levels. So there is hope. Sometimes the loudest stories that get in the news are not the most representative of what's going on.
I would say that your existence is a form of resistance. As a scholar of queer theory, that is the one line that we see time and time again being written about the queer experience, that no matter the unfortunate experiences that you may be going through, your act of simply being and existing is creating enough change.
We're here, and we're not going anywhere.
That's fantastic. That's all I got for you, unless you have anything you'd like to say for the future generations.
Do I get to keep this?
Absolutely not, no. 0%.
Also, vote for Faye.
Vote for Faye, 2040.
Faye for governor in what was it,
2040.
2040? Yep, 2040. Vote for Faye.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm going to be moving into my closing segment. So after this, check-in with me is going to be our final hurrah. One last point I want to make as we go through all the people talking about hope, and I'm about to really celebrate all the communities across our state. One of the things that really gives me hope today is I see how strong so many of you are. We've lived through a lot of tragedies at this point, and when we lost Nix Benedict, I saw so many people reach out to each other to support each other in ways I've never seen before. When we lost Ren Wilgos, a very known trans figure in this area, I saw the community respond in such a beautiful way to create space and hope and heal. It was phenomenal. I thought I was responding to a fire that I had to put out, and I saw so many people already putting that fire out. After election night, I know so many people were in a state of despair and despondent and hopeless, and I saw dozens of you supporting each other. Even if you couldn't support yourself, you got out there, you stood up, and you tried to help your trans brothers and sisters in your community. I see how strong you all are, and that's why I have hope, is because I get to see that. I get to track all the events and track the stories and hear what all of you have to say. It's so incredible. You are all so incredible. If you think anything of me, I'm only capable of doing what I do because so many people in the community blow me away every day. That is the honest truth of it. So really, you are part of a community that is stronger than I have ever seen in my entire life, and I am not that worried about the future. There are going to be challenges. It's going to be difficult. There might be living nightmares. I can't tell you what the future is, but I can tell you that we are the strongest that we have ever been, and we have never had the capacity for joy and hope that I've ever seen. We've never had this kind of capacity for it. Every day, kids find parents who are loving. Every day, we create more opportunities for people all across the state to be themselves. The future might be scary, but we are well prepared for it. And I want you to know that for this night of hope.
Just letting you know, I'm in Bismarck right now, and this is our crowd, and they want to have something very important to say to all of our transgender.
until the storm clouds fade away and the sun returns.
I wanted to just take a second to show you really that there's so much going on across the state. There are so many organizations, over 24, all across the state, even like North Dakota, that are based around community, around creating hope and empowering each other. And I want to take a moment just to express gratitude for Enlightened Beauty. They're a salon that put out a teen, trans, and queer beauty night, an event that helped queer youth who never had access to beauty, makeup, or things like that to explore that part of themselves. I want to thank Red River Rainbow Seniors, Missouri River Seniors, and our elders all across the state who have made any of this possible. None of the work we do today, none of the work that I'm able to do would be possible if not for the elders in our community spending decades at this in times that are way harder than today. They give me tremendous hope, and they are still here guiding us and helping us along the way. I also wanted to thank the Fargo-Moorhead Gay Men's Chorus. They have been a staple across our community for over a decade. They have been a place for a lot of people to find community, and just this year, they sacrificed their place in the line to volunteer for the Pride Parade so it could go on. They're a tremendous organization that has kept people in community and kept people safe in amazing ways. I want to thank Jared and Amanda Hoff for the Memories concert they put on that rose money for the Fargo-Moorhead Gay Men's Chorus. I want to thank Planned Parenthood for all they've been doing to create the capacity for competent, well-researched sexual education for our LG plus youth who may not have any access to it otherwise, who may feel so shameful or stigmatized about themselves and their body because they don't have access to that kind of education anywhere else. I want to thank Harbor Health Initiative for the healthcare directory that they put on, as well as the work they're doing for the state of the state for LG plus youth. I want to thank Gender Justice for the lawsuit they have going on against North Dakota based on the medical ban for trans kids. A lawsuit which looks like it could be very successful in defending the right for these kids to pursue medically appropriate and life-saving care. I want to thank the Human Rights Coalition and the planners of the North Dakota LG Plus Summit for putting on another event and for doing this for 7 years. I want to thank Barry Nelson and Aaron Pringle specifically for starting this out and still being so heavily involved with creating this space for people to go to. I want to thank Perry Chico for creating this incredible space for our BIPOC queer artists to gather, for entire communities to go there for hundreds of events across the year, creating a safe place for individuals to be expressive and create art that is so meaningful to community. I also want to give special thanks to Alyssa from Q Space in Bismarck, who has held space with me this year as we deal with the stress that is to try to maintain hope in difficult times. There are countless others to thank. There are countless people to be appreciative of and grateful for. And I'll have all of this on my website. I'll have links to all of these organizations that do amazing work and amazing people, because that's what I do. I record history. Outside of all these organizations, outside of the gratitude I'm talking about here, I'm going to be ending the night showing you the celebration of queerness all across North Dakota. I know it's likely that the time ahead is going to be really difficult, and probably difficult for a couple of years at least. And in these difficult times, I want you to think about this night of hope. I want you to use it to feel warm and to get to tomorrow, because as hard as the day can be, we just have to make it one more day. As scary as it is today, our elders survived way worse, and we owe it to become elders to our next generation. So if the future looks too heavy, just try to think about getting to tomorrow. Just think about one more day and think back to the hope of tonight.
Just one more day until the storm clouds fade away and the sun returns. Fivefold, the wind and rain are so cold, and the fever burns. Just one more day until I find the strength to carry all this weight. What if I fall? What if I'm crushed? crushed beneath this heavy burden once and for all. I didn't choose my existence. How could I stay? It's too much weight for one person. I should ask for help. After all, I'm not here alone. Just one more day. I need to say this every day until I know that I'm ready to stay. Let the thunder roar and let the storm clouds unleash a downpour. I will see this through for the ones I love, for the people guiding me. I can't just abandon them now. I have to let them help me carry all this weight. Just one more day. Just one more day.
I have been fighting for hope for almost a decade in the state, and I will keep doing it. You can trust that I'm going to keep doing it. I want to thank everyone who joined me tonight in this night of hope. I want to thank you for giving me your time. It's precious and valuable. I do not take it for granted. I want to thank everyone who supports me and believes in me. I can't do this work by myself, and I don't. I do it because people care about me and they check in with me, and I'm part of the community I always tell everyone that they need. We survive together. And as just the message throughout this whole thing is, you are meant to be. Whoever you are, wherever you are meant to be. And as hard as the days can be, we take them one day at a time. And we think about getting to tomorrow. One more day, and we can keep going somewhere. We can get somewhere that's better than now. So thank you for joining me tonight. And the request I have for you, as you leave here, if you have feelings about tonight that you want to get out there, go to social media. Please talk about hope. Talk about what inspires you. Talk about what gets you through tomorrow, and let people know. Talk to each other. We survive this together. And please, for me, do that. But thank you again for joining me tonight. It means a lot, and I hope this was something that was a good event for you. I will keep on hosting these and hopefully get some help next year. If anyone wants to help me out with that, I would love it. But that's what I have for you tonight. As we get into winter, as we get into tougher times, lean on each other. There is so much hope in this world. I genuinely believe that, and I will fight for it every single day.
Just one more day until the storm clouds fade away.